Hi everyone. Today I'm going to tell you about the story of the little prince. So I'd like to begin by reading this quote. It says, "It is only with the heart that one can see rightly what is essential is invisible to the eye." The little prince. It is in the book, so if you want to read it, that's one expression you'll find. First, some facts about the writer. The writer was Anthony Le Saint-Exupéry. I think that's how it is pronounced. Not sure though. So he was born on June 19th, 1900 in Lyon, France. He died on July 31st, 1944 near Marseille. Yeah, he was a pilot. He really liked to fly on planes. But the interesting part about this is that he was in a mission and he didn't come back. So it is a mystery because some people say that if he was murdered by a German, but no one knows for sure what happens. And he was, and also people say that he committed suicide, but that's nothing for sure. So it is a mystery how he died. Strange. So I want to look at a little bit of the story. First, a man was on a plane and he crash lands in the desert and he found a little prince. Well, a little boy because he didn't know he was a prince. And he found him and he told the pilot to draw a ship. And they were like, a ship? Yeah, a ship. And that was a little bit strange because no one goes there to tell a person to draw shit. But he found out that he was not from the earth and he was from another planet. And he told him that he went to many planets. One planet, there was a king, another, a vain man, another, a drunkard, then a lamplighter, and finally a geographer. This last one, the geographer, told the prince to come to Earth because it was a favorite destination for people, and he obeyed what he said, and he came to the Earth. Then he found a snake. The snake was telling him that if he wanted to go back to his planet with a bite, he could go. So the pilot and the prince were starving. They were thirsty. They didn't find something to drink, but at the end they found a well. There they drank water, but after that the prince disappeared. And in the book it says that he was bitten by the snake, and the man, the pilot, was searching for his body, but he didn't find it. So at the end, it was a mystery too, and the narrator is telling us to let him know if you find a little prince when you go to the desert. So that's something funny we could say, but yeah. Now let's the topics represented in real life. The first one, the venture. The second one, loneliness. And the final one, abstractness. Let's look at the first one. So the adventure, even though just the prince, he was traveling around the space, the galaxies and planets, and without the help of a geographer, nothing could be real. So if the geographer hadn't told him to come to Earth, the story would could have been completely different. And thanks to the geographer, it was real. So in life, we may have plans, but we don't know what is going to happen in the future. And that's how life is. It spins to all the ways, and we don't know for sure what is going to happen. We may have some plans, but the life has another, have others. So I think life is an adventure. I consider life as an adventure. Then the loneliness. So as you know, some people are surrounded by a big crowd of people, but they feel alone. And you may wonder, why does it happen? Because you're surrounded by people, you shouldn't be, you shouldn't feel alone. But turns out that people, it's not that they don't feel with more people, but it is that there's something that they need. And for me, that is something that makes them happy. For example, to fulfill dreams, in my opinion, I think it can make people to be happy. So fulfilling dreams is something that I consider a key if we don't want to feel alone. And the final one, abstractness. This is a little bit more complex and complicated, I'd say, because, for example, if I went to a museum to see a paintings or a piece of art, and I don't understand, I would say, oh my God, I don't like it. That's not art for me. Mm-mm-mm. But for other people, it may be a real piece of art. So in life, I would say that's how life works because we have a different perspective. We have different perspectives about life, and we are always trying to understand what is happening around us. And I consider that if we try to understand everything that happens around the world, we're just wasting time because time, we have a limit. So time is what we'll lack of. And I like to conclude by this, by saying this. I believe some aspects of life are complex, and sometimes we are stubborn in trying to seek answers. I also believe that being more aware of our surroundings makes us more thankful. Being thankful in life, life is going to reward us because we're going to live a happier life. We it's not that we won't have problems, yeah, it is how we tolerate the process on how or how we behave or act in those situations. Thank you so much. And I wonder if you have any comments or questions.
Um, First, nice presentation. I really like and enjoy every slide. I thought it's really, I think it's really dynamic. I like that. But I want to ask you, Little Prince is like a classic book,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of people who love it because they feel related to someone or some phrase, some quote, some parts. So I want to ask you if that happened to you.
Well, I could say yes, because sometimes I feel alone, even though I have people in my surroundings. I would say that part, but the other parts, no. But I would say yes in some parts. What I forgot to say is that some people say that it is a book for children, but I mean it is for children, but it has a deeper meaning. So yeah, that's something really interesting. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations, Henry. I really like your presentation. You did a really good job. And I wonder what you learned about the book.
Okay, what I learned in the book was that even though we may have we may experience some experiences that may not be pleasant for us, we always can try to have a better mood or a better idea how to overcome those situations. And everything is on our minds, in our minds.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gabby. Thank you all. And thank you for listening and paying attention.